Win the incredible Steigercraft, Evinrude, Loran's Grand Prize Boat Package, and more in the Fisherman's 2018 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Get the details at thefisherman.com.
We've got a good offshore forecast for the weekend ahead, and for this week, for those 157 boats competing in the Mid-Atlantic tournament out of Cape May, New Jersey and Ocean City, Maryland, should make things pretty exciting by the end of this week. I'm Jim Hutchinson with the New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine. From the Hudson to the Baltimore, those tournament anglers are dealing with some midweek swells, but it's going to clean up nicely by Friday. And could be a closing bell excitement down there in Cape May and Sunset Marina. Of course, after that multi-million-dollar purse is given away and people get back on the offshore grounds, you're going to find a pretty good weekend ahead, Friday through Sunday. Of course, it's been tight lips ever since this tournament got underway. 157 boats and nobody's talking. Although when we did our offshore reports for the weekly edition this week, we did find that yellowfin could be found at the Toms in the Hudson Canyon. We're getting reports of lots of mahi too, 15 to 25, 30 miles out, some even a little bit closer. As a matter of fact, some of the folks I've talked to, the Manasquan and Barnegat Ridge are well worth a look for both Spanish mackerel and king mackerel, also some of those mahi. We've heard some similar reports too from locations like the 28-mile wreck down farther south. Again, pay close attention if you're working those inshore grounds, those mid-range grounds. Look for debris, look for weed lines. Of course, if you're working the reefs, look for some flashes in the water. You'd be surprised. There are quite a few of those inshore pelagics showing up here and there. Popping up, bonito popping up. Bonito and Spanish mackerel in the surf last week. Some folks got into some blitz conditions. Those snapper blues are on some baits in the surf, but in central Jersey too, we found out some bonito as well. Thanks to Captain Gonzo, got off the fiberglass and onto the beach, caught a couple of fish as well. If you're looking at the inshore grounds for fluke, the best action has been on that structure, the deep water especially. If you're up in North Jersey, Shrewsbury Rocks, of course, Ambrose, deep water, Rocky Bottom, the reef sites, right? Axel Carlson, we've had some good reports there, all the way down to Cape May Reef and the reef sites off of Delaware, the old grounds as well. It's that sticky stuff that's given up most of the good fishing. Although we're finding some fillet-sized fluke in the surf as well. It's the right time of year as all that bait is in there. Jerry Fabiano showed that 16-inch size limit at Island Beach State Park doesn't mean a thing if you're going to be gulping fluke to 2¼ pounds at Island Beach, like he did with this fish he weighed in at Grumpy's. And there are still a couple of good fish in the back bays as well. I know most of those fish moved into deeper water, but Jeff here almost hit 13 pounds over at Sea Isle Bait and Tackle. A back bay doormat that he caught with Al Crudelli. Some good fish in the mix. And by the way, my Gulp addicted fishing friends, what I'm hearing is that the red salmon Gulp grubs are selling like shovels in a blizzard. That's all I can tell you. If you can't find the baits, there's got to be something. There's got to be some type of reason. Speaking of the baits, I've been using shedder crabs a lot this week. Took my own advice from last week. Shedder crab cut up on magic tail crab jigs, done me well in the back bay on quite the little variety. Tog, sea bass, bluefish, blowfish, quite a few oyster crackers. Haven't caught those in a while. Big rays, one sheep's head last week, and also quite a few black drum. Dinner-sized black drum in the back. I've heard it from a couple of people from Great Bay down into Cape May County as well, some of those black drum in the back. So if you're out hunting around in the back bay, make use of those electronics. Use that fish finder. Find the structure. Look on the bottom for weird fish marks that you don't ordinarily see. There's more in those bays, from Raritan and Barnegat all the way down Great Bay through into Cape May County. More back there than you'd actually believe. It's also worth a shot. Another good bait in the crab variety, sand crabs, also called mole crabs or sand fleas. If you're fishing those jetties, we've had some tog, mostly smaller tog in close to the jetty, but worth a look, and especially a groin if you could find it in this replenishment era, of course. Sharks in the surf as well. That continues day and night. Andy at Riptide told me that Eric Austin had his 7-year-old daughter, Meg, up to the beaches of Brigantine last week. She learned to fight, land, identify, and safely release this sandbar, also called a brown shark. Andy says the best bite, of course, has been for the night patrol from sunset into sunrise. But get those kids out there. Good chances for hooking up right now, especially before those kids get back to school. The chumpot fishing has been great. Blowfish action in Barnegat Bay has been very good, talking to folks. You might also look for porgies on those mussel beds in the rocky structure up on the Raritan in North Jersey. And don't forget, New Jersey, black sea bass. We take a break after August 31st. That's the way we'll see it. We'll look at it as a break, a short closure until we get those biscuits back again on October 8th with a 10-fish limit. So we lose black sea bass after August 31st. So get on them now. Get out there on the party boats, because in addition to fluke and maybe a couple of ling, put a couple of those nice tasty sea bass in the cooler to bring back at home. So definitely take advantage of that right now this weekend. It looks like a good one. I know, I hate looking at the weather forecast, but a high pressure system coming through here today, Thursday. Sunny skies through the weekend, so it really does look like we have a good one. And again, that offshore forecast from NOAA Fisheries looks pretty good as well. Enjoy, catch them up. Be sure to send me some photos too. Over to Hutchinson at thefisherman.com. Would look forward to getting a report from you and your kids, your family. Get those photos in an upcoming report at thefisherman.com. And I'll tell you what, enjoy all that summer has to offer. Those fish, those fresh Jersey tomatoes, catch them up, enjoy, and we'll see you again next week right here at thefisherman.com.
Hey anglers, the Fisherman Surf and Inshore Fishing Show is Wednesday, September 12th at the Huntington Hilton. See seminars by the region's best surf and inshore experts. First 500 through the doors receive a goodie bag worth more than the price of admission. Check out the free workshops and see more than 75 vendors with the latest fishing gear. Don't miss this opportunity to get ready for the fall run. Visit thefisherman.com for more information.